Good morning, students. I hope from the previous videos all the concepts of chapter number 1, food, where does it come from, are very much clear to you. Now we will start second chapter of biology, that is components of the food, and it is chapter number 2 of your NCERT book also. You have learnt in the previous chapter that all the living organisms such as plants and animals require food. So food is very much essential for all the living organism, either that is a plant or an animal. We eat different types of food like vegetables, fruits, cereals, pulses, nuts, etc. Why our meal consists of such a distribution? Does our body need different kinds of food for some special purposes? We will try to find out the answers of these questions in this chapter. We have different kinds of needs, and different food items fulfill these needs of our body. There are different components of the food, and each of these components is required by our body to perform different cellular activities. Now the question arises, what do different food items contain? Each dish is made up of different ingredients that you have learnt in the previous chapter, and we get these ingredients either from plants or from animals. These ingredients contain different components that are needed by our body, and these components are called as nutrients. The major nutrients in our body are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. In addition to all these, food also contains dietary fibers and water. You must thinking, do all the food items contain all these nutrients? By using some methods, we can test that an ingredient contains how many nutrients. Either it contains all the nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, or only some of these. And also which nutrient is present in that. These tests can be performed either on the cooked food or raw ingredients. For carrying out these tests, you need very simple apparatus like test tube, dropper, solutions of some different compounds, and then you can record your observation also. Now let's discuss our first nutrient, that is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are found in our body in the form of starch and sugars. They provide us energy, so also called as energy giving food. Starch is present in grains like rice, wheat, maize, jowar, bajra, and in tubers like potatoes, etc. Sugar is a sweet substance, as you know, and common sugar we use is sucrose, and it is obtained from sugarcane. It means sugar obtained from sugarcane is sucrose. Wheat, potato, rice, etc. are very good source of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are present in very rich quantity in wheat, potato and rice. Let's perform an activity to find out that the given food item contains carbohydrates or not. As we have discussed that carbohydrates are present in our body in the form of starch or sugars, and we can easily test if a given food item contains starch. Starch presence in a food item can be tested very easily by iodine test. For this, you have to take a small quantity of food item or a raw ingredient like cooked rice or raw potatoes. As shown in the figure, we will take raw potato. Put few drops of dilute iodine solution to the potato. What will happen? Do you observe any change in the color? Yes. If the color of the food item, that is potato, changes to the blue-black color, it indicates that the given food item contains starch, which shows that potato contains starch. Thus, it shows the presence of carbohydrates. The potato contains carbohydrates. Next nutrient is proteins. Proteins are called bodybuilding food as they help in body growth and repair damaged parts of our body. Animal sources like eggs, fish, meat, milk, cheese, and plant sources like all the pulses and beans are resource of proteins. Proteins are broken down by our digestive system into amino acids which can be absorbed into the blood. Let's perform an activity to find out whether the given food item contains proteins or not. Presence of proteins in the food sample is tested with the help of copper sulfate, which is blue color solution, and caustic soda solution, which is transparent. If your food item is solid, like if you have taken chana dal, then you first need to make a paste of it. First of all, powder it, grind it, mash the food item, and then only perform the test. So, make the powder of chana dal and then put the sample in the test tube. Now add few drops of water. Using a dropper, add few drops of copper sulfate solution and then add 10 drops of caustic soda to the test tube. Shake it well and leave the test tube undisturbed for some time and observe the change. If the color of the resulting solution changes to purple, then the presence of the protein is confirmed. It means if the given solution changed into purple color, it shows that the given food item, as we have taken chana dal, contains proteins. Our next nutrient is fats. Fat is a high energy nutrient. It is also called energy giving food. Fats give much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrate, almost double to the same amount of carbohydrates. But they are needed in our body in a moderate amount, in a limited amount. Fats are the reserved food material of our body. Animal sources like milk, butter, ghee, cheese, paneer, meat, and plants sources like oil. All these are rich resource of fats. Let's perform an activity to check whether the given food item contains fat or not. Fats in the food are tested by the simple paper test method. Take a little amount of sample food and then wrap it in the paper and crush the food item. You should be careful that the paper does not tear. Now straighten the paper and observe it. What you will find out. If the paper gets an oily patch, it shows that the food item contains fat. Hold the paper against light. If paper has become translucent, it also proves that the food item contains fat. The food item may sometimes contain a little water. So, after you rub the food item in the paper, let the paper dry for some time and then observe the paper against the light. Now we will discuss vitamins. Vitamins protect us from many diseases. They give us resistance against disease-causing germs. So, vitamins are also called as protective food. They also help in keeping our eyes, gums, bones and teeth healthy. Vitamins are of different kinds known by different names. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Our body needs all these types of vitamins but in very small quantities. Here is a table which is showing different kinds of vitamins, their sources and functions. Let's discuss one by one. First is vitamin A. Leafy green vegetables, oranges, carrots, pumpkin, soya, sweet potatoes are the good source of vitamin A, and it helps in maintaining bones, skin, tissue and teeth healthy. Next is vitamin B. It can be obtained from almonds, sunflower seeds, whole grain cereals, banana, meat, eggs. And vitamin B helps the cell to turn carbohydrates into energy as well as maintain body growth. Next is vitamin C. Fresh herbs, amla, cauliflower, papaya, oranges, strawberries, guava are very good source of vitamin C. It promotes healthy gums and teeth. Next is vitamin D. It is also called as sunshine vitamin because our body also can prepare vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Other sources are mushrooms, liver, fish and eggs. It is very much necessary or essential for the healthy development of bones and teeth. Vitamin E, soybean oil, red chili powder, pine nuts, apricots, green olives and cooked spinach is good source of vitamin E. Vitamin E helps in processing vitamin K and the formation of red blood cells in our blood. Vitamin K, green leafy vegetables and soybean oil is good source of vitamin K, and vitamin K is very essential for the blood coagulation. Let's discuss next nutrient, minerals. Minerals are needed by our body in very small amount, but each one is very essential and each one has an important role for our body. Minerals are used by the body to perform various functions like building strong bones, maintaining the heartbeat, making hormones, proper growth and organs functioning. The major five minerals are calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium. And examples of mineral rich foods includes green leafy vegetables, fish, beans, etc. What are the functions of minerals? Calcium, it is essential for the proper functioning of nervous system and healthy bones. And the good source of calcium is all the dairy products like milk, tofu, salmon, cabbage, broccoli. Phosphorus, it is essential for the maintenance of acid base balance in our body, and meat, grains and milk is the source of phosphorus. Iodine, iodine is very essential for the formation of thyroid hormone and it is present in the iodized salt. Next mineral is sodium. Table salt and celery is the good source of sodium and it helps to control the blood pressure. Iron, whole grains, eggs, leafy vegetables and meats are the source of iron, and iron is very essential for hemoglobin formation in red blood cells of our blood. Let's discuss something about roughage. Besides these nutrients we have discussed earlier, our body needs dietary fibers also, known as roughage. Roughage does not provide any such nutrition to our body, but it is an important component of our food. It helps in easy absorption of food, helps in movement of bowel and prevents constipation. It helps our body to get rid of undigested food and waste. Roughage is mainly provided by plant products in our food. Whole grains, fresh fruits and raw vegetables are some of the rich sources of roughage. Next is water. Have you ever observed fruits and vegetables being cut?
peeled, grated or mashed at your home? Definitely you see. Some of the food items themselves contain water. Our body needs are fulfilled by this water up to some extent. Apart from this, we add water while cooking many food items, like when we cook curries. We get most of the water from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, juice, tea, etc. Water performs an essential function of absorbing nutrients from our body. We should drink 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. It also helps in releasing waste from our body in the form of sweat and urine. Thank you, children. We will continue our chapter next time. Till that, read the chapter carefully from your NCERT book.